Welcome everybody to Wrestling Talk. Yeah, Wrestling Talk with Uno Mas Taco. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I've been mostly doing the Raw reaction videos. But there's been a lot of stuff going on this week that I kind of wanted to talk about. Obviously there was no Raw reaction. I wasn't able to do that this week. So I'm kind of making up for that now by giving you guys a Wrestling Talk with Uno Mas Taco. So let's get into it. Lots of stuff going on. Raw was actually, it was okay. It wasn't the best. A lot of stuff going on there. Of course, we saw the continuation between the Cena, Enzo Cass, and Club storyline. A lot with that. A lot more with Charlotte and Sasha, with Sasha wrestling Dana Brooke. Pretty decent matchup. Could have been a little bit better. I think I love Dana. Love Dana Brooke. I still think she needs to improve a little bit more in the ring. Of course, the biggest news coming out of that on Monday Night Raw, which is something I want to talk on, was the announcement of the commissioners for Raw and SmackDown. Of course, Shane McMahon is getting SmackDown, and Stephanie is getting Raw. Now, the way that it's going is Vince wants them to pretty much compete with each other on the next level. Pretty much going out by saying, to include, if you guys if you have to break the law to compete with each other, just don't get caught. That's the type of level he wants to take it to. And so in order for them to compete on that level, they need to hire a general manager. So now we have a commissioner and a general manager, which that tells me that we're not going to see Shane or Stephanie every week. We may see Stephanie more every week than we do Shane. I have a feeling we'll see Shane for a few weeks when SmackDown starts going live. Maybe the next month or two. That's just my estimate. But I think after that, it's going to be very, very slim. I think he's going to pick a pretty solid general manager, though, to take over the show. Educated guess, if they want SmackDown to thrive and to pull in the ratings, they're going to need someone big as a general manager for SmackDown. And it's got to be a big announcement, which we'll find out Monday on Raw who that's going to be. But if you're a betting man and if you're a smart man, who else would you think could be the general manager of SmackDown other than Daniel Bryan? There hasn't been anybody that's been as over as Daniel Bryan on the main roster in quite some time, and they can't seem to capture that still. So you want SmackDown to be over, you want it to be live, you want it to pull big numbers. You're going to get the most over person that you can, and you're going to get Daniel Bryan. So, as far as Stephanie goes, that one's kind of throwing me off a little bit more. I'm not sure who I would even pick to be my general manager if I was in Stephanie's position. That's a tough one. So that one would be a little bit more of a surprise to me. But generally, probably when it does happen and she does announce who it is, makes perfect sense. So that's the biggest stuff I wanted to touch on Raw. Of course, we got Zack Ryder challenging Rusev for the U.S. title. I'm not sure if that's going to be on Raw or if it's going to be at the pay-per-view. Pretty much banking on the pay-per-view. But, yeah. That's pretty much it for that. That was the biggest thing. Pretty much my thoughts on that is I think it's a cop-out. You're going to do this brand split, then you're going to put a commissioner, and then you're going to put a general manager. I really feel that it is a cop-out. Because basically, instead of just having that single general manager position that we had with the previous drafts, when we had the previous brand splits, now you're putting somebody else in that position too. So it's basically, it's like, okay, so I have to answer to the general manager, and then I got to answer to the commissioner, and then I got to answer to, the COO, and then I got to answer to this person, this person, this person. eventually somebody's going to get a memo about not getting cover sheets for the TPS reports. And that's pretty much what it's going to boil down to. Yeah, like I said, I think it's a cop-out. I don't think the general manager position is really needed. I see it I see the storyline that they're trying to do with it, like as far as the competing between the two of them, and they can't compete with each other on a full scale if they're trying to make talent acquisitions for the brand, marketing, set up live events, stuff like that, or whatever it is that they need to do without having somebody there to run the general day-by-day stuff as far as the shows go. Yeah, but I still think it's a cop-out, but that's just me. Impact Wrestling, I had Destination X. Biggest news coming out of Destination X was Moose. Moose. Yeah, that's right, Moose. Ring of Honor's Moose. It's now officially part of the TNA roster, the Impact roster. Which may be a good move for, maybe in his mind, a good move. Me personally, I think he should have stayed with Ring of Honor, or tried to make the jump to NXT. That's just me. Impact's going to get him a little bit more recognition, so to say, since their numbers have kind of steadily been going back up. As far as the ratings go, so he may get a little bit more recognition, and plus, pitting him with somebody that he's already familiar with, and Mike Bennett and Maria, having been in the same locker room in Ring of Honor, I think that was a good move. So you have Moose come in as Mike Bennett's muscle pretty much just destroy Bobby Lashley, which destroyed that main event. I personally, the match was good. I think it would have been better if it was someone other than Bobby Lashley involved in the match. I cannot stand Bobby Lashley. I have not liked Bobby Lashley since he was in WWE. I think he's boring. I think he's bland. I think Rusev's character, and you all know how much I hate Rusev, how much I dislike Rusev's character. I think Rusev has more charisma than Bobby Lashley. I mean, that's just my opinion on that. I know there's a lot of people out there that disagree with me. I mean, that's cool. Everybody's got an opinion. We're all entitled to our opinions, and we speak them freely. That's why I do this YouTube show. That's why I do Wrestling Talk with Uno Mas Taco. That's why I do my Raw reactions. It's just my opinion. So, and my opinion is Bobby Lashley sucks. Bobby Lashley sucks so much ass. Like I said, Rusev is 100 times better than Bobby Lashley. I mean, yeah. The stuff that they got going on with Matt and Jeff Hardy, it's weird. I don't get it. To me, I give Matt props for, pretty much going like full on with this character, with this broken Matt Hardy. But I think it's taken a turn to where it doesn't seem as entertaining anymore. And what they did, the week before, not the Destination X, but the previous week, with the final deletion of Jeff Hardy, I wasn't impressed. I really wasn't. It was like two brothers screwing around in the backyard. Like, it was like when I was a kid and me and my friends would backyard wrestle. That's pretty much what it was. These dudes were just wrestling in their backyard. And, just doing stuff that typical brothers would do. I didn't see, to me, it didn't seem like anything, out of that ordinary. I mean, that's just me. But, the ladder match was pretty solid, with DJZ picking up the win on that and new number one contender for the X Division title. Pretty solid. The knockouts match was a little meh. Sienna, of course, picked up the win with that, retaining the knockouts title. That's pretty much it, man. Those were the standouts to me for that. Aside from DJZ picking up the win on Mike Bennett. Mike tried to leave the ring, of course, the rest of the Cruiserweight, which you think there's more Cruiserweight wrestlers in TNA than just those 6 people. Or X Division wrestlers, sorry. I'm looking at the Cruiserweight Classic image on my screen right now, but we'll get to that in a minute. I thought there were more X Division stars in TNA. Like, what happens to all the X Division? It's come down to like 6 people? Really? And you got Davey Richards, Eddie Edwards, DJ Z, the Helms Dynasty, Rockstar Spud. What the hell is Rockstar Spud doing anywhere near anything? Like, seriously, I just want to slap the shit out of that guy. He's so freaking annoying, and his facial expressions are the worst. Like, he looks like he's got, like something wrong with his face, like Bell's palsy or something. I mean, I'm not trying to rip on anybody that's got anything like those terminal diseases or those, those nerve diseases or everything like that. But that's just what he looks like when he's making those faces. It's irritating. I don't know, but I mean, oh man, I can't stand Rockstar Spud. There's a lot of people I can't stand, man. A lot of wrestlers. Rockstar Spud is the worst. Jeez. Yeah, but they pretty much ran Mike Bennett back into the ring, and DJZ picked up the win on that. Let's roll into NXT. NXT giving us the fantastic matchup for the first time in WWE. NXT ring with Finn Balor taking on Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh man, was that match fantastic. Oh my god, that was probably one of the best wrestling matches that I have seen in a long time. So good. I mean, that is an instant classic. That has to be, as far as WWE is concerned, and their match reels, their matchups over the last year, as of right now, that is definitely a match of the year contender. That match was phenomenal. Phenomenal. And there's really not much else I can say about that match. It was just, if you haven't seen it yet, you need to check it out. I'm not gonna spoil it for you if you haven't got a chance to watch it, but yeah, that amazing, absolutely amazing. Of course, immediately following that, we had the debut of the Cruiserweight Classic, which my TV's got the logo on there right now. Amazing show, amazing concept. It's great to see like some of the best, like the collection of some of the best cruiserweights competing to be named like the best cruiserweight in the world. And quite frankly, if WWE hasn't signed any of these guys to a contract, especially, Ibushi, Cedric Alexander, Cedric Alexander, I think Priest Coleman, because they tag together in ROH, but like those two guys, the standouts to me, if they haven't been signed to a contract, they need to be. I love Cedric Alexander. He's a fantastic talent. I've seen him wrestle quite a few times live in my area. I live just outside the Charlotte area. Of course, he is from Charlotte, so there's been a lot of indie shows that he's been at in this area, and he's absolutely fantastic. Hands down, great wrestler. And he needs to be picked up by WWE. He needs to be added to the NXT roster, and they need to run with him. Same thing with Ibushi if they haven't picked him up. Ho-Ho. Dude, Ho-Ho is fucking awesome. I don't care what anybody says. Ho-Ho is amazing. Dude is great. Pretty much all the cruiserweights that are so far in the first round, fantastic talent. I mean, if they really want to build up a cruiserweight division again and bring back the cruiserweight title, I honestly wouldn't have any problem with them using any of these guys that they've got right now for at least out of the ones that we've seen so far. Of course, we know the talent of Tajiri. We know the talent of Brian Kendrick. There's really not much to say about that. And I mean, there are some guys on here that I've never heard of before. And there are some that obviously have a following already. But phenomenal. Like, if you haven't checked out the Cruiserweight Classic yet, it is available on demand on the WWE Network for just $9.99. $9.99 a month. So check that out. If you want some amazing wrestling, high-flying cruiserweight action, the Cruiserweight Classic is definitely where it's at as of right now. That is pretty solid. Let's roll into Ultima Lucha Dos, the second week of Ultima Lucha Dos. Gift of the Gods title match. Oh my God. There is not anything bad that I have to say about this match. That match was phenomenal. And I cannot tell you how awesome it was to see Sexy Star. Yeah, Sexy Star pick up the Gift of the Gods title. Oh my God, phenomenal match. It came down to her, Marty the Moth, and Mariposa. And we all know the issues, if you've been following with this season, we all know the issues pretty much started last year at the end of Ultima Lucha where Marty took Sexy Star. But if you've been following along, you know the issues that they've had, and to see Sexy defeat both of them and win the Gift of the Gods title was absolutely amazing. That match was phenomenal. Lots of great spots in that match, but the death match, which I don't know why it was called a death match. That wasn't anything like close to any type of death match I've ever seen. But apparently it's a death match because Mil Muertes is involved in it. So of course he is the man of 1,000 deaths. So we're gonna call it a death match. But the match was awesome. Him and King Cuerno put on a hell of a match. And that finish with pretty much Mil Muertes taking Cuerno 3 sides of the ring, table through each side, and then tombstoning him in the middle of the ring for the 3 count. I mean, he was pretty much dead. I mean, let's face it, like, Cuerno wasn't moving after 3 power bombs through 3 tables, tombstone in the middle of the ring, and that was pretty much it. I mean, those guys put it all on the line, and it paid off, and that was a hell of a matchup. Two fantastic competitors with in Lucha Underground. And I'm really looking forward to the 2-hour season finale, because of the remaining matches for Ultima Lucha Dos, which of course we're going to see Prince Puma take on Rey Mysterio, which should be a pretty solid matchup. But the one that I'm looking forward to the most is Pentagon Jr. Pentagon Jr., man, taking on Matanza Cueto. That is a match that I'm excited for, and I think it's going to be really good. Especially when you had the setup already of Sexy Star with the Gift of the Gods title. Could you imagine if Pentagon won the Lucha Underground title, and we actually get a title match, a Lucha Underground title match between Sexy Star and Pentagon Jr. with the issues that they had in the first season? Oh my God, that'd be a phenomenal matchup, and that's something that, just the thought of that, I'm looking forward to it. Great matchup. And then of course you got Taya versus Ivelisse to find out who is the baddest bitch in Lucha Underground. If Ivelisse does not go over in this match, if Ivelisse does not win, I think they've dropped the ball quite a bit on that one. Ivelisse is a fantastic talent, and I think she's found a niche with Lucha Underground and with AAA and all the promotions that she's worked for since being on Tough Enough, that season when they brought Tough Enough back after all those years. But yeah, Ivelisse is a fantastic talent. I mean, a lot of the women luchadors on Lucha Underground are fantastic. I mean, I can't complain. Taya is actually pretty good. Of course, Ivelisse and Sexy Star are phenomenal. Cobra Moon, Mariposa, like all these women are fantastic talent, and you'd have to be a fool if you're WWE and not noticing some of these women that are wrestling here now. Yeah, there's lots of cool stuff there. Lots of cool stuff. That's pretty much it. I mean, I don't normally watch SmackDown. Really, once it goes live, I'll watch more. I'll watch it. As of right now, being taped, I see the taping results on Wednesday morning. There's never really anything really that on there that draws my attention. I did catch a little bit of Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. From what I saw, looked like a pretty solid matchup, which is what you'd expect out of the two of those guys. They are both phenomenal competitors, and I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't a 5-star matchup. Right? I misspoke. I would be surprised if that wasn't a 5-star matchup. No, I wouldn't expect anything less than 5 stars on the two of them. So great matchup there, from what I saw anyway. That's pretty much it. Draft is Tuesday. I can roll you some of my draft predictions, in all honesty. I really think you're going to see Cena or Reigns end up on SmackDown, just so they have a big draw. I don't know what they're doing with the title belts. If they want them to compete as 2 separate brands, I would almost expect them to bring back or introduce a new title for SmackDown. And if it's the images that I've been seeing lately, which is just the WWE title in blue, I hope the hell not. I think a different title, a different look to give it a little bit more of a unique look would be the best option to go. But then again, I can see them keeping everything, kind of streamlined with, of course, what they did with the women's title, making it look like the WWE title. Terrible idea, by the way. I really don't know what else. There's some speculation of the club being split, which I think if that happens, it's going to be too soon. Definitely drop the ball on that. The way I see this is, okay, so the draft, if you're part of a tag team, let's say you're the Usos, you should be drafted as a tag team. You shouldn't be drafted as Jimmy Uso's going to SmackDown, Jey Uso's going to Raw. That, I kind of understand that, but when you take things that work together as a tag team, or that thrive as a tag team, and you split them, it's a recipe for disaster 9 times out of 10. I mean, there are some clear exceptions to the rule, like when they split up the APA and JBL went SmackDown. Farouk stayed on Raw, and of course JBL became like the longest reigning champion in SmackDown history. There are exceptions, and it does give other talent, it does give that, there's, say like with the Hardys, obviously Jeff was a lot more popular than Matt, as far as that advance, but once they did split, you saw Jeff actually picked up a little bit more success than Matt did, but in other cases, like, I really don't see Jimmy or Jay thriving on their own. I think those two need each other. As of right now, Enzo and Cass, I don't think that they will do bad separately, but as of right now, they need to be paired together. Same thing with the Vaudevillains. That's just it. If you're a tag team, or if you're a faction, like the Club, the Wyatt family, all that stuff, they shouldn't be drafted as individuals. It should be drafted as SmackDown takes the Wyatt family, Raw takes the Club. That's how it should be. That's just my opinion on that. From what it looks like, you're going to get possibly 2 World Heavyweight titles, or 2 main titles, one for SmackDown, one for Raw. The U.S. title, the Intercontinental title, will be specific to each show. It looks like the tag titles are probably going to bounce between the two. I'm not sure as far as the women's title. I think it would be stupid to split it, since they just unified it not that long ago, with the Divas Championship, and then brand it as the women's champion. I really think it would be stupid to split it now. I think the best option would be to have Charlotte go between both shows. That's just my opinion. Yeah. And I think, she should be drafted to, the champion should be drafted to specific shows. Like, say Charlotte gets drafted to Raw, but she still bounces between 2 shows, so she's still a Raw superstar. But when she loses the title, like if she loses, say, Sasha, who gets drafted to SmackDown, if she loses the title, then Charlotte goes to Raw, and then Sasha bounces back and forth. That's how it used to be. That's, like I said, those are my opinions. And that's pretty much all I've got. I haven't seen anything for Ring of Honor yet this week. Usually it doesn't come on for me until Saturday night. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Wrestling Talk with Uno Mas Taco. I really want to try to get back into the habit of doing the weekly rundowns again. The Raw reactions are just something quick for me to do after Raw. Just so, I'm still doing something. Because I do watch Raw every week. Sometimes it's really hard for me to catch everything that's going on during the week with my work schedule and, it's my personal life. So, that's pretty much all I got. Stay tuned to this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and hit up the Facebook page. Check that out. Like that page as well for updates on new videos, stuff like that. That's pretty much all I got for you. I got nothing else. I haven't watched anything else. Haven't read anything else. That's it. That's it. So, like I said, like the Facebook page, like this video, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with everything Uno Mas Taco related. And I will catch you guys later. Now get the hell out of my house. Go beat it. I don't care where y'all go. But y'all can't stay here. Y'all need to go. Get the hell out. Go. Beat it. It's over. Go.